Hey, good afternoon, everybody. How you all doing? Y'all know who this is. This is your boy, Robert Thomas Jr., and this is somewhat of a eye-opening uh, episode of the real news behind the news. Yeah, man, today is Thursday, April 7th, 2022, and I want to chime in on a lot of stuff that's going on here in our city, but pretty much throughout the whole entire country. Now, what you have to understand, like just last night, we had a situation where a 17-year-old shot somebody out there at the Circle K on the Pines Road and Jefferson Page Road, right around the corner from some people I know. But what you all have to understand that this situation is a lot bigger than just two teenagers shooting at each other. You all have to understand that when they brought our people here as slaves, our ancestors came here against their will, basically kidnapped and brought way from Africa here to America. The first thing that they did, hello, Miss Stewart, how you doing? I'm good, glad you could join me. The first thing that they did when they brought our people here is took away their language, their heritage, their culture, their religion, anything that would let them identify with who they were. They took that away from them. Now here we are, almost 400 years later. They have replaced our original heritage, language, culture, religions, and beliefs with a media campaign that teaches us death, destruction, chaos, mayhem, and violence. We like to think in America that the media does not affect us, but why is it that the only TV shows that we are being shown, the only music that is popular amongst our people, glorifies homosexuality, dope dealing, murdering, gang banging, rap music? Y'all see the relation? They took away our original heritage, language, and culture and given us one of death, chaos, destruction, and mayhem and violence. This is why Empire, Power, Ghost, Bel Air, this is why these are the most popular shows in our communities. They're not giving us too many more shows like the Huxtables. Or remember we had wholesome shows? Remember one of the most wholesome shows that we had was Good Times. The top of the morning to you, brother AJ, MJ. Glad you can join me. But think about this. The most popular shows in the black community glorifying all the shit that we see happening every day in our neighborhoods. You know what I'm saying? In reality, they like to give us reality, so-called reality shows, Basketball Wives, Housewives of Atlanta. The only reality shows we as black folk can really identify with are Cops and the First 48. All the killing and destruction. I'm not saying that, well, I'm going to say this. When these cats are going out to do these killings, do you think they listening to Luther Vandross? Are they listening to the Commodores, Smokey Robinson? No, they're listening to Negroes who talking about killing each other in their music. So what we have to do as parents, first of all, stop listening to that shit ourselves. Here we are, we got 50, 60-year-old men still running around here throwing up gang signs, bro. We have 50 and 60-year-old men who can quote every word to NBA Youngboy's music, but can't even tell you who their son's homeroom teacher is. And this is what is happening. We would like to think that the music has no effect. But again, these cats that's doing all the killing are not listening to Marvin Gaye. They're listening to the baby. And when you see life imitating art, You see what I'm saying? It's not hard to understand why our children are killing each other, because us as parents have dropped the ball. You got women out here right now that's open. I mean, that's all they, when they first wake up in the morning, they listening to Meg the Stallion and Cardi B. Two women who are teaching your daughters how to sell pussy. Y'all excuse my language, but I'm just keeping this real. If you are a parent and you listening to this bull crap, the apple don't fall too far from the tree. This is why our children are suffering, y'all. Nope, they're listening to rap music. They're listening to rap music. Now, I love rap music myself. And I mean, I try to find positive rap music, but you can't find that shit on the radio. Here, you got 3 radio stations here in Shreveport right now that you can turn on, and in the music, they might beep out the cuss words, but they're still playing music that, so, see, I'm gonna show y'all something. The reason why you know how you know. The earth and everything is in it is built upon frequencies and vibrations. All you have to do is find that right frequency that makes a person want to move their head, makes a person, want to snap their finger and pat their feet. Once you find that frequency and vibration, you put destructive ass lyrics to it. Now you have a generation of people who are moved by those frequencies. They don't look up to the parents, so they look up to the rappers and entertainers. And guess what, MJ? The parents are looking up to these same rappers and entertainers. It's bad when you got 50-year-old men that can quote, again, NBA Youngboy. You know what I'm saying? And then when you turn on the TV, you're seeing P-Valley, a bunch of transsexuals. See, what the object is in order to control a person, you have to dominate what they see, what they take into their spirits. And if we're putting all this violence into our spirit, that's just like if you pour in a cup or pouring muddy water into a cup, what you gonna get? Muddy water. You see what I'm saying? But if you're pouring pure, clean, wholesome spring water into a cup, you're gonna get water that's fit to drink. Marlon Brasher. It ain't just the fact they listening to rap. They don't have nobody to point them, point out to them that's bullshit. Exactly, Marlon. Because you gotta know why. Like you just said, Marlon, you know why? Because the parents, in most cases, are listening to that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Now, we as adults, as parents, I mean, you can't control what your child hear. I used to be like, how the hell my son know the song, lyrics to this song? Because when we be out with other people and the other kids be listening to it, my song be rapping right along with them. And I'm like, how does he know this? Because I don't allow him to listen to that shit at home. They're going to find a way, to fit in. But they're trying to, it's the parents' fault, Marlon. Exactly, MJ. It's the parents' fault to the fact that we don't have a generation of mothers and fathers no more. We have a generation of baby mamas and baby daddies. We don't have family. Going back to what I was saying, we don't have shows like Good Time. Good Time was one of the most wholesome shows we could ever find, because even through the struggle that James and Florida Evans went through, raising their kids up in the ghetto in poverty, they still were together. They still had a family unit. My brother basically starts at home. The music is only part of the problem. We grew up on Fuck the Police. But yeah, guess what though, Triple Drake? When we started listening to Fuck the Police, guess what started happening at the same time? That's when dope started coming into your community. That's when they opened up all these private prisons. And that's when the drug game exploded. You got to realize, yeah, Fuck the Police was something that we listened to, but it was a 3-part attack. They gave you this music that glorified the violence and drug dealing. They put the drugs into your community. Then they opened up private prisons that lock you away for selling the drugs because you was listening to the music. If music and entertainment didn't have an effect on you, why do you think these companies paid tens of millions of dollars just to do a 30-second commercial on these television stations? Or why do you think they have commercials even on radio programs? It does affect us. And again, it goes back to parenting, because again, James Evans, no matter how tough the struggle got, he stayed there with Florida. He helped raise JJ. I remember that time James Evans told JJ, I'm about to tap your birth certificate. This when we had the last of a wholesome family unit. Now, and look what happened to us. So your point ain't valid. And look what happened. Hold on, my brother, basically, okay, I'm trying to read y'all comments, son-in-law, but I'm glad you all are joining in the debate. Hey, I'm not always right, but I'm damn sure not always wrong. I remember again, Triple Drake, fuck the police, gangster. I was there when gangster rap first started, and I seen the destruction that came along with it. When you go to the penitentiary, have you ever been to the penitentiary? Them niggas in there ain't singing Smokey Robinson. Them niggas in there singing gangster rap music. These youngsters now, man, are perishing from a lack of guidance from the OGs. Some of these cats that call themselves OGs are part of the problem. You got old guys right now telling penitentiary war stories that's making these youngsters think it's cool to go to jail. You got OGs right now running around here still throwing up gang signs, bruh. What kind of example is being shown to these children? Because again, most of these children don't have a father in the home. They don't have a father in the home. So they're looking for a father figure. Like Tupac say, I was looking for a father, but he was gone. You see what I'm saying? So in order to find that male figure, a lot of times they're turning to these entertainers. I mean, put it like this. When we was coming up, even if your daddy wasn't there, you had uncles, you had grandfathers, you had men in the street that told you, hey, boy, don't do that. That's wrong. Nowadays, you try to tell somebody, child, they wrong, the parents gonna want to whoop your ass instead of whooping their children's ass. So we have to come back, man, and come back to a culture that basically overshadows the violence, the chaos, and destruction. As long as we are a broken family unit, and nobody's there to teach these children that, hey, man, half these Negroes ain't never sold a nickel pouch in their life. Half these Negroes can sit up here and tell you about all this, but when you go to jail, where they at? You see what I'm saying? Now, I'm not going to hold y'all up. This is just something to think about. I thank all y'all for y'all comments. Please share this video, man. Let's have this discussion, because it's gotten to a point where we're literally seeing our babies die, and we asking God to come down forever. I'm gonna just be real, not to try to disrespect nobody's religion, but God, the God that they're giving us in these churches, don't give a fuck about black people. Did he care about our people when they bought us here as slaves and had us in them hot-ass fields working for free against our will, telling us that Jesus loves you, that you were meant to be cursed? Turn the other cheek. Slaves, obey your masters. We quick to have prayer rallies and all this at a church. Y'all, I can see the headlines right now for the next prayer rally. A group of people gathered today to have a prayer rally at such a church. Meanwhile, around the corner, 2 niggas got shot. That's what we see. Negroes are having these prayer rallies and asking a God way up in heaven who ain't never had a driver's license to take the wheel. And then we wonder why we running in the trees, because that God that they're giving us is the one who brought us here to be slaves. So the answer is not religion, it's a spiritual awakening. Again, I'm not knocking nobody's beliefs in God, but if you waiting for that God that the oppressors have taught you to come and deliver you, it ain't gonna happen, y'all. We've been here 400 years. Has he heard one cry? The only cry that God hears is when a nigga asks him for a new car. Oh, niggas getting new cars and new houses all the time. He answered those prayers. But what about when we ask him, Lord, please stop the killing amongst our babies? Man, you don't get the fuck out of here with that shit. That's what he basically tells us. So I'm gonna just keep it real. I'm gonna go ahead and end this video. I'm not trying to hold you all, man, but it's crazy out here. You don't have to be a child's daddy to be a father figure in their children, in their life. There's little boys walking up and down your neighborhood right now as men, especially men who own businesses. You can say, well, I'm going to grab 2 or 3 of these little 13, 14-year-old boys and teach them a trade. When these little cats see how much money they can make doing sheetrock, doing electric work, when they see how much money they can make doing a trade, and they see a man actually taking the time out to be concerned about them, that's how you make change. That's how you make change. So I'm going to begin, man. I thank you all for all y'all comments. I thank you all for watching this video. Until y'all see me on another video, man, hey, men, it's time for us to step up, man, and help these boys become men. Again, you don't have to be a child's daddy to be a father figure in their life. Religion is not important at all. Religion is nothing but a set of man-made rules designed to dominate you. That's what religion is. Spirituality is very important. And that's what they took away from us. The spiritual aspect that our ancestors used to worship. We're worshiping a God right now that told us, if master hit you in your left cheek, turn the right cheek. Slaves, obey your master. First of all, slavery is not a part of human nature. Any God that tells one group of people that they are subservient to another group of people is a God that I don't want to serve. Do y'all believe that? I'm finna give y'all some game, and I'm finna end this. Do y'all realize where racism really comes from? And I hope I don't offend nobody, but look at the God of your Bible. He created all kinds of human beings and told the rest of us that we wasn't shit if we wasn't Jews. That's racism. He created all these different races and chose one race to be his special race of people. That's racism in its finest, in a nutshell. So, hey, y'all have a wonderfully blessed and prosperous day. Men, if you see a child out there that's going astray, step up as a man and try to impart some knowledge in them. Fellas, if you got businesses and you can afford to hire one child that's standing up there on the corner right now with no future in prospect, grab that youngster, man, and say, look, bro, you want to learn how to make $1,000 a week doing sheetrock? I guarantee you, if you take that child out there and he can make $500-600 a week easily on a job, he won't go back to that gang banging shit or that dope dealing shit no more. If we don't get these young brothers, the dope boys surely will. Y'all be blessed.